Hi everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have everyone with me today. Well, as you join, say hi, let me know that you're here, and as we are waiting for everyone to get their notifications that I've gone live, I'm just going to bring this up on my other devices so that I can see all of your comments. So let's get that all happening, and then we can get underway. Okay, oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's just get the right thing. There we go. I think we're good on that one, and we'll go over to here as well. Refresh that screen. Hey Athena, how you going? Great to have you with us today. How did your market go yesterday? I saw that you had markets yesterday, which is awesome. Okay, there we go. So I've got comments happening. Good, good, good. So I can see everything. Alrighty. How was everyone's weekend? Let me know. And yeah, I look forward to seeing all of your comments. Athena said her markets were very good, just really cold in Blackheath. Yes, it would have been freezing, I imagine. Do you know what temperature it was? It was pretty chilly down here. In the sun it was beautiful, but there was that breeze, and apparently now the temperature's dropped again too. And yeah, really, really cold. Hey Jenny, how you going? Hope my puppy is better. Yeah, she's doing better the last few days. Thank you for asking. So we've reduced her medication a little bit, and she's a lot happier. Starting to eat a little bit more, still being a little bit fussy, but not quite to the extent as before where we couldn't basically get hardly anything into her. She's starting to eat a few more things now, which is good, because it's always a worry when they don't eat. And especially because she's also now been diagnosed with inflammatory, I don't know if it's called inflammatory bowel disease or inflammatory gut. She's got both apparently. And so if she doesn't eat, she's sick. So we yeah, we need to always make sure that she's got food in her belly. So it's a bit of a juggling act with everything. Yeah. So Athena set up in Blackheath yesterday. It was about 10 all day and the wind was icy. Oh my goodness, it would have been freezing. Hope you had your winter woolies on. I would have gone in my long johns and my Spencer. Actually, I don't have a Spencer anymore. Do you remember the old Spencers? Does anyone still wear them? Yeah, I know when we used to go down to the snow, I would have layer upon layer upon layer because I don't do well in the cold. So, love going to the snow, love to ski, although I can't anymore, but when we used to, but just don't like the cold. So be layered up. Hi Monica, hi Rose, how you going? Great to have you all here. Fantastic. Athena said we're in the hall, so not too bad. Oh, that's good. At least you weren't outside in the elements. That would have been so freezing. So have you all got your cuppers today? Make sure you got your cuppers. I've got my cup of Earl Grey tea in my Stampin' Up! Mug, my beautiful Stampin' Up! Mug in the Tahitian Tide colour. Really pretty. So I've changed brands of tea recently, and I'm really liking this new one that I'm drinking. It's a brand that my mum used to drink, and I think my mum just had the ordinary like black tea, but I really like the Earl Grey, so I'm having that. And then I've got a different brand as well in the, oh, what's the other flavor I've got? The other one that I really like is, oh, I can't think what it is. It's in the purple box. It's the Twinings one in the purple box. It's a very fragrant, sort of florally flavored tea. It's very yummy as well. So go between the two. Hey Dimity, how are you? Great to have you with us today. Lovely and sunny down there today, Rose. That's awesome. How are your daytime temperatures? We were just saying Athena was at the markets on the weekend. She had her market stall, and up in the mountains here, at Blackheath, and she said it was only cold, 10 all day, and or that's the top it got to, and icy cold winds, so very cold. So it must be freezing down where you are as well, Rose. Yeah, we had a lovely sunny day. The other thing, 14 down there today, Rose. That's not too bad for a winter's day, is it? Still a bit chilly though, but nice in the sun. Oh, Dimity said passion fruit tea is yummy. I do love passion fruit, but I've never had it in tea before. Oh, wow. I haven't heard of that. I might have to do some Google searching. I usually drink, I love T2 teas. So I've got all the different fragrant teas, and I love chai. Chai is my favorite. And I love making my own chai on milk. And I've got a special little pot that I put on the stove. It's a little tiny pot. It's only about that big. That I use for my chai, and I've got the little diffuser, the little metal diffusers that you can sit in it, or you can strain it. So really nice. Oh, Russian Caravan. I've heard of that one, Rose, but it's not that one in the purple box. I'm trying to think of which one it is. It's gone out of my head. It's one I buy often, but I just can't think what it's called. It is a Twinings one though. But the other one I'm drinking at the moment, the Earl Grey, that's Madura brand. Madura, not Mildura, Madura. Mildura is a place. That's where my family is from. Hey Fee, how are you? Great to have you with us today. We're talking tea and weather right now. How are you, Deborah? Great to have you with us as well. Fantastic. Rose said, I love brewed chairs. Do you mean chais? I think that's supposed to be chais. Chai, I love chai. Yeah, chai is beautiful. Chai, it is chai. Yeah. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, chai is lovely. And I love all the different fragrant chais as well. I've had choc chip chai. What are the other ones? There's standard chai, choc chip chai. I have about 3 or 4 different flavored chais from T2. Really yummy. And they've got a new one. They've got a powdered one, like an instant tea. So I'm yet to try that one. I went past T2 the other day. I tell you, on Friday, John had the day off from work, and I had been wanting to buy a new watch for a really long time, and the kids had given me some money for my birthday, and I'd been saving up, and I had a gift voucher from a friend still from a couple of years ago that I hadn't used, and it was still current. So I went and I bought my new watch. And as we went to the shopping centre, we went past T2, and I was so tempted to go in there, and there was hardly anybody in there, but I kind of didn't want to be out too long because I wasn't sure how much I'd be able to cope with the walking and standing and stuff like that. So I actually coped a lot better than I thought, but I was able to sit down a little bit as well. And it was the first time I had been to the shopping centre in probably 18 months or more. Maybe more, maybe 18 months. I don't know. It's a really long time anyway since I've been to the shopping centre. And yeah, so it wore my mask, of course, but it was good. But the funny thing was, I'll get back to the tea in a moment, but the funny thing was I had planned it so that we'd get there earlier before the end of the school day and sort of around, school pickup time, so there wouldn't be many people around. We got out a little bit later than I expected. By the time we got there, we went into one store to have a look, came out of that store, and then went to go up the escalators to go upstairs. And then all the high school kids started streaming in the door. And I'm like, oh no, bad timing. So John went to rush then onto the escalator to like push into, and I grabbed him and pulled him back. And I'm like, no, we're not going in amongst all those big kids. Because I thought, I don't want all their germs, thanks. So I'm like, no, we'll just wait. But they just kept coming and coming. And I thought, oh my goodness, all these kids. I think they'd just come off the train. So there was so many of them. I said to him, let's just slowly walk up to the other end and we'll go to the other escalators. And so we did that, but I thought, oh, I hope my back holds out. And it did. So we walked very slowly up to the other end and went up those escalators. By the time we got up there, and then walked to where we needed to go, there was hardly anyone around, so it was really good. And the store we went in, there was not many people. So yeah, so it was a good experience. And the store we went into, everybody, all the staff were wearing masks. So I'm like, beauty, good job, come to the right place. Yeah, so that was good. But we only went to the 2 stores. And yeah, I didn't go to T2 because that wasn't in my plan for the day, and I didn't want to be on my feet any longer than I had to be. So yeah, but it was good. It was good. And I got my new watch, and so yeah, so I'm very happy. And yeah, so that's been really good. So Dimity said it's 36 degrees up there today. Oh my goodness. Dimity lives at the top of Australia, so in one of the hottest, most humid parts of the country. And yeah, so she said it's 36 up there. Wow. So there's a bit of a contrast between where Dimity is and where Rose is, because Rose is right down south. Rose and Jenny are right down south. Dimity's right at the top, so they're at either ends of the pole of Australia. So there you go. Oh, and Dimity said hibiscus tea is nice too. Oh, I haven't tried that one either. I'm gonna have to write these ones all down and try them. I love trying different teas. Oh, Megan's here too. Hey Megan, how you going? Megan loves spiced chai. Yes, I like that one as well. It's yummy. Love chai. It's my favorite. What else? Dandy chai made with dandelion root and spices. Ooh, haven't had that one either. I'm gonna have to go back through all these comments later and write down all of these different chais, and I'm gonna have to buy a whole heap and try them, I think. And then I'll give you a tea report and tell you what I thought. Hi Helen, how you going? Great to have you with us today. We've got our other Megan here as well, Megan L. Hi Megan, great to have you with us as well. We're talking tea and weather, Megan. So Megan G said it's 9 degrees where she is, so it's even colder than where Rose and Jenny are. Oh wow, there you go. So 9 degrees up there and 36 where Dimity is. Let's all go and stay with Dimity for the winter, and then in the summer we'll come back to where we came from because it's too hot and humid up there in the summer. I was talking to Dimity and her husband on Saturday evening actually, and they were saying how humid it is up there in the summer, Megan, and even humid through the winter as well. I think, wasn't it on Saturday, Dimity, he said it was 75% humidity or something. Was it on that day? On Saturday it was 75% humidity, or did he mean in the summer? I'm not sure. But yeah, apparently very, very humid all the time up there. So I don't think I'd cope too well with the humidity, to be honest. I just like being in the middle, you know, not too hot, not too cold, not too humid, not too dry, just, you know, in the middle. Mind you, where I live, it gets very hot in the summer as well. Usually because we're west of the city, so we're not near the coast. It gets quite hot out here in summer too, but not as humid as up north. So it's a little bit easier to take. Oh, you're having dinner before you go to card making. That's right. I always forget you're a couple of hours ahead of us over there in New Zealand, aren't you? I always forget that. Megan G said she is a little bit distracted. In 2 weeks, she's got her trip and funds have just come through. So she's booking all of her accommodation for her trip to America. How exciting, Megan. Oh, that's come around really quick. And now it's only 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's going to be awesome. You must be so excited. Megan L. Sarah said it's a lovely 20 degrees there where she is at the moment. Oh, that sounds like a nice day. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Megan G doesn't like the humidity either. Oh, it brings on your migraines. Yes, that would be awful. Dimity said yes, 70 to 75% at the moment, and in the wet season up to 90 degrees humidity. Ugh. Yucky. Oh, Janelle's joined us too. Hey Janelle, how you going? Great to have you with us. I was just saying we are talking about tea and the weather where we are, the temperatures and the humidity and things. Yeah, so I've got my Earl Grey, my Madura Earl Grey tea. Not that I'm not affiliated with any tea company. I like all different brands, but yeah, I've got my Earl Grey tea in my beautiful Stampin' Up mug, and this one keeps it really hot actually. So whenever I make my tea, I usually add a little bit of cold water, and then I've got to sip it really carefully when I first drink it to make sure I don't burn my tongue. So many times I've done that. Who else has got one of these? Did anybody else buy the Stampin' Up mugs? They're really beautiful. They come in all of the in colors. This one is the Tahitian Tide one. I love Tahitian Tide and Parakeet Party. They're my two favorite in colors of the new in colors that came out this year. So who else got one of these? Let me know in the comments. These are beautiful, and they're available for everyone, not just demonstrators. Customers can order these as well. I can't remember the price on them though. They're only available in the online store. You won't find them in a catalog. They're a special product just online. I can't remember how much they are though. Somebody will remember and tell me. Megan said she's so excited but anxious due to the flying. Yes, I can totally understand that, Megan. I am not a good flyer either. So I totally get that. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Oh, Jane has joined us. Total newbie here. Ah, welcome, Jane. It's lovely to have you with us. Great. Always love to have new people joining us. That's so exciting. Cool. Where are you joining us from, Jane? Let us know in the comments where you are joining us from. Janelle said she hasn't yet bought the Stampin' Up mug, but she said yet is the magic word. Yes. I agree. We always have lots of wish lists, don't we? And they're always on our we don't have it yet list. I've got lots of those too. Oh, there you go. Megan L said the tumblers are $30. Great. Thank you so much for that, Megan. I knew somebody would know. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. And as I said, they come in five different colors, which are in the in colors for this year. So that's the 2022 to 2024 in colors. They come in and they're sparkly warkly. Like, can you see in the camera the sparkle? It's sort of like an iridescent, yeah, sparkle to them. They're very pretty, and they keep your drinks really hot, and they're big. It's like a cup. I should measure the actual millage of it. I'm not sure how many mils it takes. It probably does tell you on the website, but I know it's more than a standard mug size. I reckon it's about 1.5 mug size. It's probably not quite 2, but 1.5. All right, well, we should get started. Jane is in Cranbourne. I know Cranbourne a little bit, near Melbourne. Yes. Yeah, that's fantastic, Jane. Great to have you from all the way down south, down there. How is the temperature where you are today, Jane? We were talking earlier. We've got some friends who are with us today that are down in Tassie, and they're having a lovely day, and it's around 14. We've got friends up north in the Northern Territory, and it's 36 degrees up there today. I don't even know what the temperature is here today, but it's been a lovely sunny day. Yeah, so you're kind of between me, we're in Sydney, and Tassie. Well, actually, you're probably closer to Tassie, really, aren't you? 12 there where you are, Jane. Wow. So it's colder in Melbourne than what it is in Tassie today. There you go. Isn't that weird? It's so strange how the weather works. You can never really tell. Oh, Megan had a look online at the mugs, and she said the website doesn't tell how much it holds, the millage of the mugs. So, oh, there you go. Okay, the tumbler. They call them a tumbler. I guess because in America they would call this a tumbler. For us, it's like a thermos. It's not a flask. It's a mug. Yeah, but it's got a cool zipper lid on it too, and it seals really well. Yeah, I'll measure it one day and I'll let you all know. So anyway, all right, let's get on to a little bit of Stampin' Up news, and I've got some beautiful projects to share with you today. So those of you who may not know already, and Jane is new, so she might not know about this yet. I have a team of beautiful paper craft people. And oh boy, say that 3 times fast. Paper craft people. If I add a third P in there, that would be even. Precious paper craft people. There you go. Say that 3 times fast. Anyway, my team are called the Paper Craft Gems. I have started to run card swaps or project swaps. Usually we do cards, but they can choose to do 3D projects as well. So we just had one recently with the new Mini Catalogue. So if you haven't seen the new Mini Catalogue too, be sure to let me know, because I would love to send one out to you. And I do have a link. I'll pop up the link that you can click on to request a catalogue from me. So if you don't already have a demonstrator and you're here in Australia, I would love to look after you, and I would love to send you a new catalogue. So we were doing our card swap from using products from the Mini Catalogue. And so I have got all of mine bar one. I'm still waiting on one to come, but the ones that I have got, I'm going to share with you today. And mine that I made for this particular card swap, we're going to make that today together. So I am excited to share that with you. But before we get on to that, so I have got, I think I've got eight different card swaps to show you today, and they're all different, all using different product, which is super cool. And some of these products I don't even have yet, so I love seeing these products in action, see how people use them, and then it sort of sparks ideas, and then you see things and you think, oh yeah, I really need that one now. I really need that stamp set, or I really love those dies, or love that bling, or whatever it may be. So yes, I'm going to share those with you today. All right, now before I do, let me just remind you that I'm reaching over, I've got my catalogues over here beside me on the other side today, because I needed more space on my desk. So I just wanted to let you know before we go any further that until the end of August, we have still got our celebration promotion running, which is a fantastic promotion that Stampin' Up! Has twice a year now. And when you during celebration, you can actually earn free products, and there's 3 ways you can do that. You can do that by shopping, by hosting a party or a workshop, or by joining. Now, when you're shopping, if you spend over $90, then you have free products in this brochure that you can choose from. And then if you spend, if you're placing in a larger order and you're spending over $180, there's other, what we call second level products that you can choose from the celebration brochure also. So some of those I've highlighted already, and I've made projects with them and I've shared them on here, but we've got really cute products like the hippest hippos. I love this. We have done quite a few. So when I say we, I'm talking about Amber and I. Amber is my daughter. She's my, all my children are adults. They're all in their 20s. She's nearly in her 30s. I didn't say that. Yes, she works as my assistant. So her and I collaborate a lot. And she helps me in my business as well. So we have both played with the hippest hippos, and we love that one. And there's also dies as well. Now, each of those are available with a $90 purchase. And if you were putting in a $100 order, $180 order, you could get both of them. Then there's beautiful designer series paper. I have got this. I got this not long ago, but I haven't had a play with it yet. And I was maybe going to do that today. Oh no, this is the other one I was going to do too, but I haven't done this one yet either. This one was actually, this stamp set here, this is a free stamp set with a $90 purchase. Let me move over this way. I was going to use this one last Monday on my Facebook Live, but last Monday I didn't do a live because we hadn't had any sleep. Callie, our little puppy, hadn't been going, well, we call her our puppy. She's 18 months old, but we still call her a puppy because she's tiny. She has been going through a rough time because she's been put on some new medication and it wasn't going so well. So she'd been up barking through the, like all night, basically. So we'd had like an hour or two sleep. So I just could not do my live. Well, Amber and I were both like zombies. There's another one. That one is free with a $180 order. Love that. I use Woohoo all the time, even in my texting and my messaging. Tree lot dies. Now, I did post up a card the other day using the tree lot dies, which I also blogged as well on Friday. So you may have seen that one. If not, jump over to my blog at mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com after this live, of course, because you don't want to miss out on what I've got to share with you today. Jump over to my blog and you'll see the card that I created using the tree lot dies, which is gorgeous. But I love these because you can use them also for Christmas projects, or you can use them for everyday projects. You can use them for all different sorts of projects, and they coordinate with a stamp set out of the Mini Catalogue, which is the Trees for Sale stamp set as well. So yeah, so you can see the stamp set incorporated in there as well. So that's awesome. So that gives you more use. Then there's this one as well, which is also free with a $180 order, and you get a stamp set and a packet of DSP, which coordinates with the stamp set, which is gorgeous. Again, I've got that one too, just recently. Haven't had a chance to have a play with it yet. We've had so much going on with our puppy. I haven't been doing very much creating at all lately, because she's just been full on. So we haven't had a chance to. So anyway, but in saying all of that, so that's the Celebration brochure. There's one product in there that's already sold out. Now, all of those products in that Celebration brochure are only while supplies last. Okay, we've done pretty well. We've got nearly, well, what are we, mid-August now? Nearly mid-August, not quite. Nearly mid-August, and we've still at the moment got most of those products available, except for the cards and envelopes that are in there, which is why I didn't show them, because they're not available now. And there's there's other ones in there too I missed. There's other DSP as well, but these ones, these cards and envelopes, they've already sold out, so they're gone. And we don't know if any of the others are going to sell out too. So if you had your eye on any of those products, make sure that you grab them, get your orders in and make sure you grab them, whether or not you shop with me, or if you shop with somebody else, or if you're a demonstrator yourself, then make sure that you put your orders in soon to grab those while they're still available. But for this month of August, Stampin' Up! Has also released a few additional celebration items. If you haven't already seen this, I did post about it the other day when it was released on the 2nd. Was that Tuesday? Wednesday. No, Tuesday. It was Tuesday last week. Pardon me, but these products are actually from either the annual catalogue or the mini catalogue, so there's some of both. And so they're regular catalogue products, but you can choose them for free during Celebration. So if you don't want any of those products from the Celebration brochure, or if you have already redeemed all of the ones from the Celebration brochure that you wanted, then you can choose these. And again, there's products available for if you spend $90, and there's products available for if you spend $180. Now, if you are choosing these ones, if you're shopping through the online store, they will pop up with the other Celebration brochures when you hit the redemption level. If you're a demonstrator, you do need to put in the specific code from the flyer, because it is a different code to the code in the catalogue, because it's free during Celebration, so it has a specific code. So keep that in mind, but there's lots of beautiful things in there. And I've got my eye on the Aspen dies, and also the silver foil, and I really like this one too. This is the dots and spots. Yeah, dots and spots. I've seen so many people using that one, and that's really beautiful. The embossing folders and the what's it called? Brushed metallic cardstock. I already have all of those. But yeah, so there you go. So lots of things available during Celebration. So you've got until the 31st of August to redeem those. And again, if you would like any of those, catalogs, oh, and remember too, we've got the big annual catalogue as well. So we've got the big annual catalogue as well. Sorry, I've got my clear cover on the front there that makes it a little bit more reflective. There we go. So we've got the annual catalogue as well. So if you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like any of these catalogues, then please let me know. I will pop up the link in the details of this video, both here on Facebook and also on YouTube. So I do share it over to YouTube, which I forgot to mention at the beginning. So thank you to anyone who is watching over on my YouTube channel as well. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to click on the red subscribe button, which you'll find down the bottom right hand corner. And then while you're there, if you click on the bell icon, you can choose how you'd like to be notified whenever I upload a new video. All right, so I have got, let me see, request a catalog. There we go. I'm going to put this up for you in the comments as well, but I will put it in the description also. There you go. So that should pop up in the, oh, Amanda's here too. Hey, Amanda, how you going? Great to have you with us. And Glenda's here too. Hey, Glenda, we have got so many joining us today. This is exciting. Great to have you all with us. Oh, Julie's here too. I didn't see you jump on, Julie. Hi, Julie. I've been busy chatting. Let me scroll back and see what else I have missed. Okay, so Athena said that my audio is not matching the video for her. Has anybody else got that issue as well? How's the audio? Is my mouth moving faster than the sound of my voice? It can happen sometimes when it gets out of sync. Let's see, what else have I missed? Oh, Chitska's here as well. Hey, Chitska, great to have you with us. Oh, Megan suggested for Athena to refresh the page. She said that happens to her all the time, Athena. So in case you didn't catch Megan's comment, yeah, just refresh your page. Oh, Jane said it's working fine for her, so that's good. Might just be your feed, Athena. Oh, Megan asked how Callie's going. Thank you for asking, Megan. She's going much better at the moment. So in a nutshell, we are working with a trainer again now, who she did puppy preschool with when she was little. And we hadn't been able to get back to the trainer. We were trying to do a bit of training ourselves from what we'd learnt from the trainer, etc. But Callie started to display other things now, and so a little bit of aggression has come out and things like that. And we've always noticed that she's quite anxious, and it turns out that we've now been put under a new vet as well. So the vet and the trainer work in collaboration also. And so, yeah, Callie has been diagnosed with severe anxiety, and she's not really coping with most things in life. And so she's constantly always up here. And that's why the aggression is coming out, because she's not coping and she gets fearful and things like that. So we've had to change a lot of things, and we're working with the trainer, but also too, she now needs medication to help to calm her a little bit and help her to deal with life and to cope. And that will also help in our training, because we couldn't effectively train her when she was so super anxious, because she's just too reactive, and she yeah, and things just weren't working. So that's what's been happening. But trying to get that medication balance right is a bit tricky at first till they get it all sorted out. But anyway, but that first medication just started week before last. Yeah, we're going into the second week, and the dosage was a bit high, and she wasn't coping very well with that, so we've reduced it. She seems to be going a bit better now. She's a lot happier. She's starting to eat again, which is good. We really need her to eat, because she's also been diagnosed now with irritable gut and inflammatory gut. And the vet, our new vet, has also found too that she's got grinding in one of her hips. So she's also got pain on board too, probably at times, that she's dealing with as well. So poor little thing. She's got lots of things going on. But yeah. So those of you that have fur babies will understand that, yeah, when your little one isn't doing so well, yeah, it's very, very stressful. But also too, she wasn't sleeping through the night. So she was barking all night and unsettled. So of course we weren't sleeping either. But she's sleeping, or she didn't have a good night last night, but the night before that, she actually slept in my room, and she slept all night, apart from initial fussing, and then she settled and she slept all night. So yeah, she's doing much better. So not sure if the vet's going to decide to change her medication. We're seeing him again on Wednesday. and then we'll see what he thinks. But he said that sounds like she might need to change to a different one. So we'll see. But we've got other medications as well that she needs to also be started on, but we have to wait for this for her tummy. But we have to wait for this one to all settle down first before we can introduce anything else. So it's going to be a long process. It was very stressful, Megan. Yeah, it has been. And my heart was breaking watching her go through that. And I sort of, asked, was there any other way? Can we manage this any other way? But they've said no, she's not wired quite right, and she just needs the medication to help her cope. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah. And I think from all accounts, her mum, the mother dog, was a little bit temperamental as well from what I've heard. So yeah, probably inbred. So that we've heard that can happen. So yeah, so it's a shame. We didn't know, but yeah, we love her. She's our baby, and so we'll do what we can to give her a happy life. Yeah. Oh, Basil was put on medication too, and he got worse with it. Yeah. So the vet did explain that to us too, that, sorry, now we're going to go from weather and tea to talking about dogs with anxiety. That's okay. Yes, some medications can take dogs the other direction because it's not the right medication for the dog. It's a bit like humans, he explained to us. Anyway, I won't go into it too much, but it can be a balance, and trying to trial different medications before you find the right medication to suit that dog for their particular needs, just like us with humans. So yeah, he's just getting tough love with his barking. Hopefully things will work out soon. You and I need to have a private chat, I think, Megan. I'll give you all the information I've been given and see if any of that's helpful for you. Remind me, send me a private message if you'd like to have a chat about it. And yeah, because if anything that I've learned helps somebody else with their pet, then that's wonderful. Like, I'm happy to impart the information I have. So yeah, I'll chat to you a little bit later about that. Awesome. All right. Well, how about oh, you know what I didn't tell you? So I got off track talking about Callie. So she has been the big focus the last 2 weeks, I have to say. It's been very hard to focus on anything else. What I was going to just let you know is during celebration, so that is until the end of August, if you would love to become part of my stamping community, part of my beautiful team, if you'd love to join stamping community and get to know some other stamping friends, make some new friends, if you'd love to get a 20 to 25% discount on all of your Stampin' Up! Products, and get all the demonstrator perks that we enjoy as well, and enjoy the community that we have, then I would love for you to join my team. And if you join, anytime is a great time to join during the year, to join Stampin' Up! But during celebration, there's always a joining offer. And so at the moment, the joining offer is when you join, you will get for free this beautiful A5 planner, which is so beautiful. It's an 18-month planner, and it holds 6 months at a time, which is very manageable, which is good. So it doesn't get too big and heavy. It comes with all the sheets that you need. It's got your year to date, month to date, weekly overview, a week at a glance. Then it's got other list pages, other journaling pages, focus pages, all different sorts of things. You can use it as a planner. I was going to say a clanner. Oh, my words. A planner or calendar or diary. Or you can use it as a memory journal, which I've done a little bit of both in mine. I haven't done any more memory journaling since these first couple of pages, but this was when I journaled these photos of my gorgeous great niece and great nephew when I got to meet them last month for the very first time. Because of COVID, I hadn't met them yet, and one of them, he was Jude, he was turning 1. It was his first birthday. And my little niece, she was 6 months at the time. So they're 6 months apart, and their mums are sisters, so they're my niece's children. And yeah, so I am using my my planner as a little bit of a combo of both memory, journaling, and yeah, my calendar. It's my planner. It helps me stay on track. Now, not only that, you get that for free. You also get a matching stamp set, which you can use in your planner, or you can use some of these in card making as well, or any paper craft projects really. So that's awesome. That comes as well for free. Oh, you get some stickers in there as well, which you can see I've used some of my stickers. So you get 4 sheets of stickers. So there's 2 different types of stickers. You get 2 sheets of each. That comes with it as well. And then you get these 3 lovely notebooks as well that come with it. One of them is lined, one has grid, can't remember which one's which. I think this one might be lined, this one's got grid, and then this one's got blank pages. So this one is my ideas book, because I can sketch in this, I can print photos of ideas and stick them in there, or if I see someone's project that inspires me, I can print a photo of it, stick it in there, and then use that as inspiration for later. So all of that comes absolutely free when you join during Celebration. So that's super awesome. And I think just the planner alone, usually planners of that size are, I'm not sure exactly the price of this one. I have heard somewhere between $75, $79 here in Australia. I have actually paid up to $90 for a good planner. So yeah, they are good value. And then you've got a stamp set, and usually stamp sets, you know, that one's probably valued at about $35, $40. And then notebooks, I don't know how much you pay for notebooks these days, wouldn't have a clue. But probably, I don't know, what would you pay for those? About $15, $20? So yeah, it's well over $100 worth of value for all of that. Absolutely free when you join. And to join Stampin' Up, it's only $169, but you get to choose $235 worth of product to put into your starter kit. So you get that $66 worth of product already for free shipping on that as well. Stampin' Up will throw in the planner, well, the Making Plans collection, which includes all those things I just showed you, absolutely free. So that's additional freebies. So you're getting so much for free when you join during Celebration. So if you would like more information, please feel free to get in contact with me, or you can click on my joining link. I'll add that to the description of this video on both Facebook and YouTube. But if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions that you have, and then you can make the decision if it's the right thing for you, and if you'd like to give it a try. And there's no lock-in period either. So if you decide to join and then you think after a little time, oh no, it's not really for me, that's not a problem. You just go back to being a customer. It's super easy. And just to let you know too, there is no pressure to sell, no pressure to do classes or do Facebook Lives like me or anything like that. You can just simply join for the discount for yourself, and enjoy the community as well. And all the other perks that us demonstrators get. We get so many perks. So yeah, and we get the advantage too of all of the promotions that customers do as well. Plus on top of that, we get our discount. So it's a win-win situation. So let me know if you would like more information. Get in contact with me. You can either, all my contact details are actually in my bio. So check that out. You can get in contact with me there either by phone or by email, or message me on Messenger, any of those things, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Alrighty, we are going to jump into some crafting now because I have spoken for way too long. I'm just looking at the time. Oh my goodness, we've been chatting for ages. I love chatting. I love chatting with you all. But you all came here for the, you came here for the chat too though, didn't you? But I know you came here for the crafting really too. So let's get on to crafting. Oh, Megan said, sorry everyone, I distracted Mandy from crafting. I love it. I'm easily distracted. It's all good. All right, I'm going to turn the camera down onto my desktop. Oh, let me take a little sip of my tea. I'll check to see how hot it is. Hang on a sec. Oh, borderline tongue burning. Yep, just a little bit too hot. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer to cool down a bit. All right, I'm going to tip the camera down. I'm going to cover it up so that you don't get dizzy as I adjust it. So just bear with me for a moment and I'll get it all set up for you. Here we go. All right, feel free to chat amongst yourselves while I just get the camera ready for you. Oops, there you go. I just bumped something and it fell down. It's all right, I'll grab that in a sec. Oops, hang on a minute. My stand is going crooked there. There we go, that's better. Okay, let's tighten that all up. So, it's good that, well, there you go. And we should be ready. I'll just stand that back up because that fell down. All right, are we up the right way? We are. All good. And I'll just adjust the lights now too. There we go. All right. Oh, hey, looks like I've got it fairly straight. Is that straight? A little bit crooked. It's at a funny angle. Hang on a sec. I like it to be nice and straight because there's nothing worse than watching somebody filming and it to be all wonky badonkus. There we go. How's that? Oh, it's still crooked, isn't it? Which way do I need to go? This way. A little bit. Sometimes when I do the clamp up too tight, it doesn't allow me to adjust it really easily because then I've got it too tight. That's a bit better. There we go. All right, good. That's pretty good. Okay, so any of the products I'm showing you today, you can find in my online store at mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, or if you'd like to go to my website, you can go to mandywitherby.stampinup.net. Now, if you go to my blog, you can subscribe there to my newsletter. So if you haven't already subscribed to my newsletter, have a look up on the top right-hand side of my blog, and you'll see subscribe to my newsletter up there. And I have just created a new tutorial specifically for those that sign up to my newsletter. Nobody else gets it. It's not published anywhere else. It's only for those that sign up to my newsletter or are already signed up to my newsletter. So if you would like to get that free exclusive tutorial, sign up for my newsletter and you'll find that via my blog. I will also put the link in this video as well. In fact, let me grab the link right now and I'll pop it here in the comments as well. Here we go. So that you can do that right now if you'd like to. There we go. All right, that should pop up in the comments as well. Okay, so what we are looking at today are products from the July to December 2022 mini catalogue. This is a beautiful catalogue and it's not only Christmas products, there are other products in there as well. But of course, Christmas is just around the corner, isn't it? So if you haven't yet started your Christmas cards, now might be a great time to get started. We are already August, and if you're anything like me and you send out lots and lots and lots of Christmas cards, then it's a good time to get started. But today we are going to be looking at my project, which uses the countless trees. So has anyone seen that or used that one? I haven't seen a whole heap of projects out there yet with this one. I've seen a few, but this is a fantastic one and it's a reversible stamp. So each of the stamps you can flip over and use the shadow side of it as well, or like the solid image as well as a detail image. So we're going to be creating a project with that, which was my card swap project. There's some beautiful samples in the catalog here as well, and these are great to spark your creativity. So if you like the idea of this stamp set, and look at all the different pieces you get in here. So many different pieces in this stamp set. Now it's I don't know if this one's actually showing at full size. I think it might be actually. Oh, this one is, sorry, this artwork here is full size. All of these on this page are shrunk down, so the stamps are bigger than that. But yeah, if you get stuck with your creativity and you have a product, go to the catalog and have a look at the sample projects to spark your creativity. Even if you case it directly, exactly the same to begin with, to get your creative juices flowing, and then that might also give you more ideas as you're creating. But I haven't cased these. I've created my own project, so I will show that to you. But before I get to mine, I'm going to show you everybody else's too. All right, so we have the first beautiful project. This is by one of my team members, Julie Bartolo, and I think Julie's with us today. This is Julie's swap card that she created for our mini catalog swap, and this one uses the Merriest Moments stamp set, the Merriest Frames hybrid embossing folder and dies as well. So this one's really interesting because the dies and the embossing folder, they're called a hybrid because they can work together, and then you get this beautiful detailed image or background. So isn't that gorgeous? It's just a beautiful beautiful card. So well done, Julie. That is lovely. I love it. So check that one out, the Merriest Moments. If you haven't already seen it, it's available as a bundle, so be sure to check that one out. All right, the next one we've got, this one was created by our team member Susan Evans, and Susan has used a couple of different products in here from the mini catalog. She's used the Jingle 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 stamp set. Now this is one that I had overlooked actually, and I love it. It looks really great on this card. Makes a fantastic sentiment, and there's quite a few different stamps in there. And then for the DSP, she's used the Storybook Gnomes DSP from the Storybook Gnomes suite. So isn't that gorgeous? So well done, Susan. I love it. It's beautiful. So thank you so much for your swap card. Then we have got this beautiful one as well. This one is from Roz Pedersen Court, and Roz has used a lot of different product on this one, and she's got some technique in here as well. She's got some embossing in the background, which is a little bit hard to see on this color, but you can feel the texture and you can sort of see it in real life. But you've got a detailed DSP, and then you've got it texturized as well, which is awesome. She's done some tearing, she's done some embossing, she's done lots of different techniques on here. And I'll show you this one. So on the front here, on the front of her card, she has got this cute little gift card holder. Now this is one of this is a product in its own right. But look at this. You open this up, and then that's where the little gift card sits. She's just put a little piece of cardstock in there, but yeah, and it slides in underneath these little slotty bits, these little sliding bits, so that it holds it in place. Isn't that a great idea? And then Roz's idea was that if you just put that on carefully with just some little dabs of, whoa, oh, there goes my multi-purpose liquid glue on the floor. If you used some multi-purpose liquid glue, or glue dots actually also would be great as well, because if you were using multi-purpose liquid glue, you'd probably want to let it dry to become tacky, so then it was a removable glue. But glue dots would work well as well, that you attach the little card holder with the glue dots or the multi-purpose glue just in the corners, so that then you can remove the gift card holder from the front of that, so that when you're taking your gift card to the store, you can pop that whole little pouch in your handbag. So isn't that a good idea? Great idea. So Roz has used the new amber gems on here, as well as the rhinestones. So the amber gems are the more orangey ones, as well as the champagne rhinestones. So they coordinate really well together. She's also used the silver threaded twine, which is this that I am tying now. It's a very thick twine. It's like, Roz said, it's actually like rope. She was telling us about it on Saturday. On Saturday, we had our team gathering. That's why I keep referring back to Saturday and chatting with my team. We had our team gathering, and we had a fun crafting time together afterwards as well, which we do every month. It's really fun. It's lovely to get together with the team. She's also used the Hello Harvest stamp set for these. She's used the Celebrations tag dies, which makes the little gift card holder, and that's got some other tags in it as well, in that die set. She's used the Rustic Harvest DSP, which is these ones, the Glimmer 12 by 12 specialty paper. So she's got the Evening Evergreen and the Vanilla. And then she's used the Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder in the background. So she's used a whole heap of different products there from the mini catalogue. Isn't that awesome? So well done, Roz. That is just, that's just beautiful. And such a great idea with that gift card holder. All right, our next beautiful card is from our lovely team member, Beverly Peck. And Beverly has used the Sweet Candy Cane stamp set. She's used the candy cane dies and the Sweet Christmas DSP. So that is all from the Sweet, which is the, oh, I forget the name of it. So let me look that up. It's the, is it the Candy Cane Sweet? I think it's called, what is it called? What is it called? What is it called? It is the Sweet Christmas Sweet. That's the one. It's a bumper suite, that one. It's got two stamp sets that are available in the suite. And that's the card that she's, it's quite similar to the one in the catalogue actually. She's just changed it up a little bit. So yeah. So there you go. So she's Beverly's done her own spin on this one. She's just changed it up to make it her own, which is, as I said to you before, when you can always use the projects in the catalogue to spark your creativity. So beautiful card there, Beverly. Thank you for that one. All right, next we have got this super adorable card from Kat Brennan. How gorgeous is this little penguin? So cute. And I love the little necklace. Can you see the little blingy necklace? So cute. So on here we've got the Penguin Place stamp set. Sorry, Penguin Place stamp set for the penguin and the penguin punch. And then we've got the white glimmer paper. The stamp set is from the annual catalogue, I believe. And then you've got some vellum, and the ribbon is from the annual as well. But the penguins is the focus, and that's from the mini. But how cute is that? But this white glimmer paper is gorgeous as well. So shimmery. Now she's used, for the penguin, she's used some black glimmer paper. That one's retired now. We had that in the last mini catalogue, I think it was. But yeah, but it goes so well. If you've got any of that left in your stash, it goes really well with those little penguins. Gives them that little bit of a sparkle, and makes them look even more cute and special. So adorable. But if you don't have that, you can just use black cardstock. So really cute. Thank you so much for that, Kat. And then we have this one. Whoop, this one is from Robin, and I think Robin is with us. Robin's with us today. I think I saw Robin jump on earlier. This really cute one with these cute little Scotty dogs is adorable. So Robin has used the Christmas Scotty stamp set and the Scotty dog punch, which is super adorable. And I actually don't have this, and I didn't think I was going to get it. But I love these little Scotty dogs so much. They're so adorable. Isn't that gorgeous? Really cute. Thank you so much for your card, Robin. That's beautiful. Now we've got one more to share before we get to mine. Now this one is from our lovely team member Amanda Fitzgerald, and I think Amanda jumped on here earlier. I'm not sure if she's still here, but she jumped on earlier as well. And Amanda has used some annual catalogue product in her project. So she has used the Sweetest Cherries stamp set and the Cherries Builder Punch, which is really cute. And I don't have that one either, and I hadn't seen it. I mean, I've seen it used, but I haven't played with it myself. But really cute, sweet little card. And she's got some of the in color ribbon there as well, which is beautiful in the Tahitian. Oh, I think that one is the Tahitian tide. Matches with my beautiful mug. So isn't that beautiful? So thank you so much for your beautiful card, Amanda. Really lovely. Now, are you ready to see mine? Because this is the one we're going to be making today. Oh, Glenda said the Scotty dogs are adorable. Yes, they are, aren't they? I love them. All right, so as I said, I have used the Countless Trees stamp set, the reversible stamp set. All the images on the cover are shown at 80%, so they're actually a bit larger than what you see on the cover because there's so many on there, they had to fit them in. But look at all the different things that you can stamp with this one. So it's amazing. So my card is this one here. So this is Mandy Witherby's card swap. And I have used the Countless Trees stamp set, the Splendid Thoughts stamp set as well for the label. I've used the beautiful natural woven ribbon. This ribbon is so soft and gorgeous to work with. And I've used the red and green adhesive backed pearls, which it's so funny because they call them red and green adhesive backed pearls, but in fact, this is them here. You get red, green, silver and gold. There's the red hiding up there under the top. But the green ones, they're not even a greeny green. They're like a bluey green. They're more of a, let's see, what color would they be? Like a soft sea foam almost. But these are gorgeous. And the metallics in the silver and gold, they're like a really beautiful metallic, shiny rhinestone, or not rhinestone, pearl. Yeah, they're beautiful. So there you go. So that's my swap project. So what do you think? We're going to make that one right now. Okay, so I'll pop my little gems away for the moment. The other product that I have used as well was the Splendid Thoughts stamp set, and this is from the Mini Catalogue as well. This is from the Splendid Days suite. Hang on a minute, let me look up the name of the actual suite. So many names of products in my head. Splendid Day Suite, yes, Splendid Day Suite, this one. And so I've used the stamp set from that one because the Countless Trees comes with lots and lots of stamps, but it doesn't come with a sentiment stamp set. So I pulled one from a different stamp set. Okay, so there we go. But what I wanted to show you as well was here is a sample of all of the different trees. I'll pop my card to the side for a moment. Here's a sample of all of the different trees that you can create with these stamps. So we've got tall ones that are like a weeping willow, palm tree, a pine tree, like a Christmas tree type one. We've got this one, we've got a topiary tree, just an ordinary tree, and then another potted tree as well. So, or you could put the tree trunk on there. So you've got tree trunks and you've got pots, you've got some grass as well, some little shrubs. So much you can do with this stamp set. So if you haven't seen this one, I recommend it. It's really lovely. It's a really, really lovely stamp set and you can do so much with it. So, thanks Glenda. Thanks so much. All right, so let's bring in all of the kit for my card, and I've got all the dimensions and everything for you too. So if you would like to recreate this, then you are welcome to. Now, the other thing I didn't mention before I get onto my card is I have a class coming up, and my class RSVP is actually this Wednesday. Tuesday. I think I moved it to Wednesday. It was going to be Tuesday, but I got the advertisement out a little bit late, so I moved it to Wednesday. But before we create this, let me just quickly tell you about it. We are going to be using for my next class, let me pop these to the side for a minute. We're going to be using the Cheerful Baskets bundle for my Cheerful Baskets class to create 6 cards. So there's going to be 3 cards, and we'll do 2 of each design, or three different designs, and we'll do 2 of each design. So you get a total of 6 cards in the class, but these are the dies that go with it as well. So you get lots of dies. And I just love this stamp set. It is so adorable. Look at that little kitty, so cute. And you can have a basket full of craft things. You can have a basket full of love, basket full of apples, beautiful sentiments on there. We've even got a little butterfly. So it's really, really sweet. And then you can do additional things with the additional dies that are here as well. So there's dies to cut out each of those, but then you've got additional dies as well for the little bucket. You've got some additional leaves and foliage, a little tablecloth that you can hang out of the basket, all sorts of things. But I have got a class coming up for these products, so I'm going to pop up the registration right now for you. Oh, actually, no, I don't have it. Oh, there you go. It's not there in my, oh, wait, no, yes it is. I'm looking in the wrong spot. It's okay. I'm thinking, I'm sure I had that. So the class is going to be on the 27th of August. It's a pre-recorded class, so I'll release it on the 27th, but the RSVP is going to be Wednesday. So if you would like to have a look, I've just popped that there in the comments. If you want to have a look to see what's included in my class and the cost of it and how it all works, you can click on that link that I've just popped up there, and I'll pop that in the details as well of this video, and then that will give you all of the details as well. And then if you would like to register, there's a registration form there too. Okay, so look out for that one. Alrighty. So let's get started now on our card for today, which is this one here. And I've got all of my pieces already pre-cut, ready to go. So let me give you all of the dimensions for all of the pieces. So we've got a basic white card base, and this one measures, so feel free to craft along with me. If you have this stamp set, feel free to pull it out if you'd like to play along as well and make my card. Feel free to do that too. Or you can watch this video again later if you decide you like it and you want to recreate it. So we've got basic white, half a piece of A4 cardstock. So it measures 21 centimeters by 14.85 centimeters, scored and folded at 10.5. Okay, so that's in half. Then we've got a layer of crumb cake. Love crumb cake. It's a great neutral color. The crumb cake layer is 14.45 by 10.1 centimeters. Feel free to write down all these measurements, or you can come back to the video later as well and then jot them down. We've got a pear pizzazz piece, and this one measures 6 centimeters by 10.1 centimeters, because we're having a landscape card. So it's going to be for this piece here. Then we've got a layer of early espresso, and this one measures 11.45 by 8 centimeters. We've got a piece of basic white, which was 12 centimeters by 8.5, and then I've die cut that, and I've pre-done that to save time. Oops, there goes my punch, with the stitched rectangle dies. Okay, and so I've used the, let's work out which one I've used. That one. So that's the third largest, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the third largest rectangle, to die cut our rectangle for that. We've got our Very Vanilla for our banner, and I've got 2 here just in case I have a Stampin' boo-boo and I need an extra one, but you only actually need 1. This one measures 6.6 centimeters by 1.6, and then we're going to punch the end of that with the Banner's Pick-a-Punch, which is my favorite pick-a-punch. This is my most used pick-a-punch. As you can see, it's pretty grimy. Needs a good clean. Yeah, so we're going to banner the ends of that so that we have, we're going to use the arrow end banner. And the gems I already showed you. And the ribbon, this is the ribbon here. So this is the natural woven ribbon. Okay, it's 1.3 centimeters wide. So beautiful and soft. Look how floppy it is. You can see how floppy it is on my finger. It's that soft. It's gorgeous. So this is 17.5 centimeters. And then we're going to use 3 of the little pearls as well. We're just going to use the gold ones on that. So there you go. And I've got a pre-stamped sentiment, just in case I have too many Stampin' boo-boos and I'm wasting too much time. I cheated. I've got a spare one already done. I wasn't meant to show you that one. I was supposed to have that one at the side off camera, but there you go. You learnt one of my secrets today. Alrighty. So there you go. So that's all the components of the kit, all the measurements. And so now let's get creating. So I'm going to pop this to the side. I'm going to bring in a Stampin' Pierce mat today because we're working with photopolymer stamps and they don't have any give in them. So we want a little bit of give underneath our stamping so we get a nice stamped image. And the Stampin' Pierce mat just helps with that. Now, if you don't have a Stampin' Pierce mat, I mean, you can find this in the online store and it's in the annual catalogue. But if you don't have one or you haven't bought one yet, let's use that yet word again. We like that word. Then you can use a mouse mat, turn that upside down to use the foam side. Make sure you use some grid paper or some scrap paper on top of your mat to protect it as well, because you don't want it to get all mucky with ink and things. So I've got all of my stamps already all mounted up on the blocks, ready to go. What else did I need to tell you? Inks. Oh, I didn't tell you what inks we're using. So we're going to be using our Versamark ink to do a little bit of water marking in the background. We're also going to be using Early Espresso, Pear Pizzazz, and Crumb Cake. Just forgive my label of my Crumb Cake. My label has discoloured, but it is actually a brown ink. It is Crumb Cake, it's not green. And we'll need a dauber as well for our Early Espresso. Okay, so that's everything that you'll need. And I'm going to put my inks just up here in front of me so I've got them close handy. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is to do all of our stamping. So we're going to stamp our background first. Now I'm going to have a sip of my tea. So I've been talking so much, my throat's getting dry. All right, as we're going through, feel free to keep chatting with me. I'll keep looking up from time to time to the comments. Feel free to chat with each other. If you've got any questions as well, pop them in the comments. All right, so we're going to start first of all with this one. Now, let me get my notes out to make sure that I had some additional notes here for myself. Here we go. I'm going to make sure that I follow my instructions so that I'm stamping the right thing on the right thing and stamping off the right ones, because we're doing a little bit of stamping off today too. So we've got to make sure that we do that stamping off. Otherwise we're going to have really dark bits where we don't want dark bits. So I'm going to put my little extra notes up there. Okay, so we're going to start with the Versamark and we're going to start doing the little background piece here on the Pear Pizzazz. Okay, so for that we're going to bring in our little spotty dotty stamp. So it's this one. I'll show you on the stamp case. It's this one here. Okay, now make sure you've got the stamp up the correct way so that you've got the spotty dotty bits facing up. So that's what's going to be stamping the design, because some of the other stamps we're going to be flipping them over and using the smooth side as well to do our sort of, it's like two-step stamping really. It is two-step stamping or reverse stamping. Okay, so Versamark, here we go. Actually, I'm going to put my Versamark off over to the right side so I'm not crossing over my body constantly. And we're just going to stamp these randomly in the background. So you can stamp them anywhere you like, but we want to leave a little bit of space in between as well. And some of this is going to be covered up too, but that's okay. Just stamp the whole piece. And we're just going to stamp, make sure you ink up your stamp properly. I'm not inking up my stamp properly. Let's see, let's go sort of like that. Go like that. And let's take that one over there a little bit. And then we'll just do a tiny bit here at the bottom. Okay, so that's really easy. And that's created a background. And I love, like, with these types of stamps, you can create all different types of backgrounds, which is fantastic. instead of using designer series paper, you can just create your own background. All right, so let's give that stamp a clean on our Simple Chamois. If you don't have a Simply Chamois, so this one is getting pretty mucky on this side. So how about, because we're using Versamark, let's turn it over to my nice clean side, and we'll use the pretty side, not the yucky side. They do get stained up, but as long as you rinse them out and you're rinsing out that excess ink from them, rinse them out till the water runs clear, then they do a really great job of cleaning up your stamps. It's my favorite cleaning tool. I usually keep one side nice and clean for as long as possible, and I keep using the mucky side. When you're using Versamark, you can use the nice clean side. But yeah, all of this is just all staining, but I rinsed this before I went live today and rinsed out all the excess ink. But even though you've got all that staining, it still does a really great job of cleaning your stamps. The only one you can't use this with is StazOn. If you're using StazOn ink, because it's a permanent, alcohol-based ink, you need to use a special StazOn cleaner with it. But then after I've used the StazOn cleaner, then I do give them a final clean with my chamois as well, just to take off the StazOn cleaner from the stamps too. But it's not recommended that you use StazOn on photopolymer, only on the red rubber stamps. So totally up to you, but yeah, that's the recommendation. All right, so we've done that piece, so let's set that aside. And now we'll go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So as I said to you, the sentiment is from a different stamp set. It's from Splendid Thoughts, but you can use whatever you have. You only need a small one. So we're using Today is a Day to Remember. Okay, so you only need a very small one because we're using the just a small narrow piece to fit into the punch. Alrighty, so I've got my sentiment here somewhere. Let's see, where is the sentiment? Oh, I didn't mount up the sentiment. I forgot that one. That's okay. We'll pull that out. This one is a red rubber stamp. That's right. Today, that's the one we want. Today's a Day to Remember. There we go. And I'll grab one of my blocks. Let's just grab that D block because that's nice and close there. All right, so we're going to stamp this in Early Espresso, and then we're going to do a little bit of inking around the edges. So Early Espresso, ink that up, and we're just going to stamp that in the middle because we're going to punch each of those ends. So let's see if I can get it straight. Oh, not too bad. Oh, I smudged it a little bit. Now remember that if you have a stamping boo-boo, your cardstock has two sides, so you can always flip it over and do it again on the other side. However, I've already got one. I've got a second one pre-cut. So let's go with that. And the reason that's smudged is because I didn't lift my stamp straight back up, did I? And that's what I always tell everyone. When you're stamping, you go straight down and straight back up. But guess who didn't listen to their own advice? All right, so straight down, straight back up. There we go. All right, that's better. And we'll stamp off that excess ink, and then we'll give that a clean on our chamois. But I'm just going to close. Oh no, actually I need that open. I'll leave that open for a minute. Clean that off on my chamois. This time I'll use the dirty side because I'm using a dark color ink. And then I always test my stamp on my scrap paper to make sure I got all that ink off. That's better. Good. All right, so we'll bring in our punch and we'll punch the ends now of that. So I'm going to use the arrow end, so like the pointy end. So flip that over and we'll unlock that mechanism to pop the punch open. And then we're going to pop this in here and line that up. So I'm going to turn this over upside down so that I can line that up. Have I got it in the right one? Yes. So I can line that up in the center because the piece that I've cut is a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than the track, the smallest track, and it's a little bit small for the next size track. So it's in between those two. So if you do cut them to the exact size of those tracks in the punch, then it lines straight up, makes it super easy. But I've just cut this one a little bit, Yeah, so it's not quite, oh, actually, it does fit. It does fit in that one, in the smallest one. Here I was thinking it doesn't fit. No, it's the second smallest one. So that would be the 3/4 inch. Oh, there you go. I just wasn't holding it right. So just still flip it over just to check that I'm getting that in the center, getting that lined up correctly in case it wibbles and wobbles. There we go. Good. All right. Yeah. So you've got 3 tracks in the picker punches. You've got 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1/2 inch. And that one was fitting in the 3/4, but I don't know what I was doing the first time. Just wasn't holding it right. So I always write it on the side of my punch so I remember. So if you work in inches, that makes it easier, but I usually work in centimeters. It's funny because sometimes I work in inches for some things and then centimeters for other things. All right, so we're taking a little bit of that early espresso ink on our dauber, and we're just going to dauber around the edges to give our sentiment label a little border. So what do you all prefer to measure in? Do you prefer to measure in centimeters or in inches? So of course here in Australia we mostly use metric, but some people still use imperial measurements as well. So I was brought up with metric measurements, so inches is a little bit harder for me, a little bit more foreign to me. But sometimes when I'm writing tutorials, I have to do it in both. So that's always a challenge. Hey Martha, I can't remember if I saw you jump on and I said hello or I didn't, but in case I missed you, hello. Thank you for joining us. Ah, Rose uses inches. There you go. All right, so there's our sentiment label ready. I'll chuck out that other one that I botched up. There we go. All right, now we're going to do our stamping of our focal image, okay, and then we'll put the whole thing together. All right, so for the focal image, we are going to start with the solid images first, and then we're going to fill in with the detail, okay? So all of the solid images are stamped off. Let me just double check that is correct. Yes, so all of those solid images are stamped off except for the tree trunks, but all the green is stamped off so that all the detail, it's in the same color, but it's full strength. So that's first generation and second generation. I'll show you as we go along with that. So we're going to start with the Pear Pizzazz. And we're also going to need the crumb cake as well. So we'll get that out as ready as well. All right, so I've got Pear Pizzazz and crumb cake. I'm just going to put crumbers up there a bit so that I don't accidentally stick my stamp in that by mistake. Oh, Roz said it depends on the size of the base paper that she's using. Oh, okay. Well, actually, too, if you're doing scrapbooking and things like that, often you're working in inches, aren't you? Because you've got your 12 inch. And even just, well, I guess really I use a bit of a combo, because then if you think about our designer series paper, they come in 12 by 12 sheets or 6 by 6 sheets. So if you're starting with a 6 by 6 sheet, then often, especially for 3D projects, actually, yeah, can often work in imperial. So yeah, I guess you're right, Roz. It does depend on what you are creating. So, all right, so we are starting off first. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off with our little shrub here. Then we're going to do our pot. Then we'll do the other shrub. Then we're going to do, well, you can do the other shrub and then fill in with the grass, or you can do the grass and fill in with the shrub. That's the way I'm kind of going to do it, like work my way across so that I fill that space. I'm trying to find my little shrub stamp here. Oh, there it is. It's so teeny tiny. So what I've done, normally when you put a stamp on the block, you'll take it off, and this is a hard one to show you because it's only a small one. Actually, let me show you with a bigger one. Let's go with this one. So this is one of the tree tops. So normally when you put your stamp on your block, the flat part of the stamp, you'll adhere to your block. Okay, now in this case for this stamp set, because it's reversible, we're able to use both sides. So you've got the detail, which is the rough side. You can feel all the texture on there. That's the detailed side. When you flip it over to the other side, that's the one that you use for the solid image. Now this doesn't work this way for every photopolymer stamp set. This one is specifically designed to be a reversible stamp. Okay, this particular stamp set. So yeah, it doesn't work with every photopolymer stamp set, but this one has been designed that way. All right, so let's start with our little shrubby shrub. And this one is, so let me double check. I've got the flat side up. Whoops, let's get that on there straight. I've taken it off now. And the smaller stamps don't stick on your block as well, let me just say. Oh, no worries, Janelle. You're going to watch the rest on replay? Oh, good. Starting the night routine with the kitties. No worries. Oh, good. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll see you on the replay. Yeah, so this one, because it's only small, doesn't stick as well to the block upside down. So we've got to be a little bit careful. Now we've got to remember to stamp off. Okay, so ink up your stamp, use your scrap paper, just quickly stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on, and just above that line, that stitched line there. There we go. Oh, I went a little bit wonky badonkers. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see a bit better. All right, so next we're going to do the pot. All right, and I want my smooth side. There we go. And that's going to be stamped off as well. Okay, so stamp that one off. And then put the pot next to the little shrub. There we go. Good. And then we're going to do another shrub. And we're going to come back to these. Oh, got to stamp off. I nearly didn't stamp off. We're going to come back and add all of the detail into these afterwards. Okay, there we go. And now we need one on the other side too. So while we're here, let's do that one over there. There we go. And now we'll fill in with the grass. So for the grass is quite a small stamp too. And I've got the background or the solid color fill up. So we're going to stamp that off, and we're going to go across to meet up with the other little shrub. Oh, that one was a bit light. Don't want to stamp them off too much. Okay, so mine aren't going to line up quite well. That one's going to be a little bit darker. There we go. Okay, that one's just going to be a little bit darker. When I stamp them, I'm going to go this way so that then it can overlap the shrub. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all of those. Now, because you are cleaning them and they're only a small stamp, just go gently, because if you clean them really hard, they might slip off the block. And if they slip off the block, you can just stick them back on. But if you get too much moisture there, they will want to slip off that block. Because they're only attaching by the detail in them and they're only a small stamp, it's not as much surface area that's gripping onto those blocks, and that's why sometimes they can just slip off the block. So just do them really gently. There you go, got all that ink off, good. All right, now I'm going to do the pot first. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip that stamp over, and now we're going to stamp the detail. And this time we're going to use first generation or direct stamping. There we go. So then we've got the detail of our pot. So that one's ready to clean. We'll flip these ones over as well. Make sure you've stamped them off onto paper to dry them off, which I did as I was cleaning them. So we'll just flip them over, and now we'll add all the details. So now we're just going to do first generation. So we're just going to line that up. Okay, and then we got our little detail in our little shrubs, or our little bushes, whatever you want to call them. There we go. Cute. And then we'll do our grass. All right, so I'm going to start with the grass right over here. Oops, that one I went a bit low. There we go. And we've just got a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this off, and I'm just going to see if I can just ink up one of those little blades of grass to just fill in that little bit here, because I didn't judge that very well. All right, so let's go. I'll just turn my ink pad around, and I'm just going to see if I can ink up just that one. Yep, and I'll just add one. Whoops, here we go. Good. So I just added an extra little one there. It overlapped the bush a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so it went a little bit wonky there, but that's all right. It'll be all good. Okay, oh, hang on, let's leave that out because we'll give all of those stamps a clean. So give them all a gentle clean, check them on our paper, all good. There we go. Okay, all right. So now we're going to do our tree trunks, and our tree trunks aren't stamped off. Okay, they are just first generation in the crumb cake. So I'll swap over now. Now let me see, where are we? We need this one. So this is our large tree trunk, and that's going to be stamped over here near our grass, and I am going to stamp over the top of the grass. There we go. Okay, and then we've got our little one, which is not that one. I think I've put the wrong one on the block. Hang on a sec. That's the shorter one. Is that, oh, is it that one? Hang on a minute. Oh, it is that one. It looked like it was, because there's three, for the little tree trunks, there's three sizes. There's a little one, an in-between one, and then a tall one. And I thought it was the in-between one, but it's actually not. It's actually the small one. Oh yeah, that is the one. Getting myself all confused. All good. Okay, so we want the widest part at the bottom, and that's the crumb cake. Yep, that's right. And so we'll put that one in the center of the pot there, like so. Give those ones a clean, and then we can do the trees. So this one's actually a really easy one to do, this card. It's a really easy card to create. It's just a little bit of, you know, flipping the stamps over and stuff. Okay, there we go. All right, so now let's put the crumb cake away because we're finished with that, and we're going to finish off with our pear pizzazz. And we're going to do the little tree first. So again, I've got the solid image face up, so that's the flat part of the stamp. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp that off again. Stamp that off very quickly, and then line that up with the what do you call it? Trunk of the tree. That's the word, trunk. I'll give that one a clean in a moment, and then I'll do the same with the big one. So again, we've got our flat surface up. I love this big willow tree. It's beautiful. So stamp off and then line this up. And this one lines up with the tree trunk, and you sort of have like a little bit of it's a bit sort of abstract. You've got like this little bit of a space around the tree trunk, like that. Actually, that looks really great. That looks like watercolor, doesn't it? It's gone sort of all mottly. I was going to say speckly and mottly. It wasn't sort of coming out. There we go. Okay, lots of cleaning in between with this one. I actually would like to use that just on its own as like a background. That would be really cool as a background, that stamp. Just kicking off my slippers because I'm overheating a little bit here. All right, so now let's flip these over up the right way, or the usual way that we would stamp them. Oh, just a little tip to this one. Because you've got that cutout in the middle, it's very pliable. So if you want it to fit exactly inside the other piece, the best way to do it is to put it down on paper first, let it relax into its natural shape, and then pick it up that way. Okay, so then it will match. I should have checked that I had done that with the original one. This one, it doesn't matter because it's a solid image, but the other one had that cutout in the middle. There we go. All right, so then we'll just line up the detail. Cute, look at that, so cute. You know what, this one would look really great with red rhinestones, like a little mini, like a dwarf apple tree. Wouldn't that be so cute? Now I've just given myself an idea and given you all another idea too. Make it into a little dwarf apple tree. All right, and so then we just line this one up. There we go. Look at that. How cute is that little scene? So adorable. I love this stamp set. It's so versatile. You've got so many uses for this. Great for backgrounds, great for scenes. You could use the solid images just on their own. You can even use the detail probably just on its own without the background as well. The grass you could use, well, any of these you could use on other projects as well. But grass stamps and grass dies are always great to have in your stash. Did I clean that one? I don't remember if I cleaned that one. I'll clean that now. They're always great to have in your stash, especially if you love creating scenes. There we go. All right, awesome. So there's all our pieces. So now we can put everything together. So we'll move our mat away because we don't need that now. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to attach these two pieces together, and then we're going to wrap some ribbon before we put that on the card base. So I'm going to put that to the side. Actually, I'm going to I'll bring back in that grid paper and let's turn it over to the nice clean side. There we go. Alrighty, so I'll pop a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of the Pear Pizzazz that we stamped earlier. Oh, my glue's getting a bit low. Lucky I always have a supply of this. I always make sure I've got a couple in my drawer because it sort of catches up with you. All of a sudden you've got none and you're like, oh my goodness, run out of glue. So we're just putting that in about a centimetre or so. Just use your eye. Actually, let me use my grid paper to line that up and see if I'm getting that straight. That's about right. Okay, so then we'll just attach that there like so. There we go. So it's just lined up top to bottom. And then we're going to wrap our ribbon around the bottom. So it's up about half a centimetre, I think it was. Let's see. Yeah, about half a centimetre. 5 millimeters from the bottom, but again, can just use your eye. I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere that to the back. So I'm going to put a glue dot on each end. 1 and 2. We're going to wrap that around. Oh, there we go. Good. So yeah, it's about half a centimetre. Actually, if I turn this over and use my centimetre side, there we go, rather than my inches side, I can actually gauge that a bit better then. Line that up. Do you all use a grid paper? Large grid paper or small grid paper? Actually, today I was going to get out some of my large grid paper to use and I forgot. Because I was thinking I've got so many sheets of the large grid paper and I've got some of the pretty ones as well that we've had. And I thought I really need to use it and I keep forgetting to get it out. I always just go for my small grid paper because it's close handy. There we go. And it also fits well on my Stampin' Pierce mat. All right, so we just got that wrapped around to the bottom. Now it's a bit loose there at the moment, but that's okay because we're going to put some other pieces on top of that to anchor it. And then now we can attach this piece to our card base. All right, so I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to use some tear and tape because I'm going to be sticking very close to that ribbon. And I'm actually going to be going over the top of that ribbon as well, which will also help to hold that in place. So with your tear and tape, you can tear it as the name suggests. You can actually tear it. I usually like to cut it, however. I've always been a tape cutter rather than a tape tearer. I just find it's neater and it works better for me, but you just do whatever works best for you. But always remember that if you are cutting tape, make sure you're using a separate pair of scissors to the ones that you're going to cut your cardstock with, because your scissors will get a little bit sticky, especially if that tape happens to roll off the backing tape. If the adhesive part rolls off the backing tape, then your scissors might get a little bit sticky. There we go. Okay, so where is our card base? Let's bring that in. Alrighty, so I'll just remove those backing pieces. I like to remove my top piece first and then line that up. So again, I'm using my grid paper to help me to line that up, and we're just going to have a nice little 2mm border around the edges. Just try and get that nice and straight. There we go. And push that on. Now that's going to also help to hold that tape on. So I've just got it adhered at the top first, and then we'll attach the rest. I'm just removing the paper backing from the adhesive. Just a little bit hard to remove it when it's on top of the tape, on top of the ribbon, sorry. There we go. Got it. And I'll take this bottom one off too. Oh, let's go the other end. The tear and tape is a very strong adhesive as well. It's a great one for using with your 3D items. So if you like to make 3D projects, then tear and tape is great to use. It's also acid free, so it's great for using in your scrapbooking and memory keeping. All right, there we go. Okie dokie. Push that all on firmly. Good. Done. Oops. Put that on the floor. Pick that up off the floor, otherwise a puppy will get it. She's starting to hunt again, which is good, because when she wasn't doing too well last week, she wasn't even looking to try and pick things up off the floor or anything like that like she normally does. She just didn't want to do anything. She just wanted to sleep. All right, so that's the basis of our card front. So I'll pop that over to the side, and now these two pieces are going to get layered. So I'm going to use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. I'll go back to that one again. So I like to use a combination of the different glues. I used to always be very much a tape person or dry adhesive person. I'd use tear and tape and Stampin' Seal, but I've started to, in the last few months, I've started to use the multi-purpose liquid glue a lot more. But I just always make sure I've got baby wipes handy, because I tend to always get a bit messy with it. I do like that you have got that wiggle time to move things around to get them lined up if they're not quite straight. There we go. And then we're going to attach that onto our card front. Now this time again, I think I might use tear and tape, because I'm adhering over the top of that ribbon and I want to hold that down. What you can actually do is, if you want to, you can pop a couple of little glue dots under the top parts of that ribbon where you're going to cover up with the focal image. So I might do that just to help to hold everything in place. So I'm going to pop one there, and I'm just putting it up towards the top, but making sure I don't move that ribbon too much, because otherwise it's all going to be a bit wonky. Actually, that one's probably going to be enough, because then I'm going to add some tear and tape. Let's move that over to the side. We'll put our tear and tape on here, or you could use your Stampin' Seal or your Stampin' Seal Plus as well. Stampin' Seal Plus is also another good strong adhesive to use with your 3D items if you need a really strong stick. Or you can use it as an everyday adhesive as well. And I know that we've had adhesive discussions on here before, and different people have different adhesives that they prefer. And yeah, and it does always depend on your project too, because different projects need different types of adhesives. So yeah, so I'm going to take all of them off this time, because we're just attaching onto the card front. So, and it's a smaller piece, so hopefully I'll get it lined up a little bit easier. There we go. And let's put it up the right way. That would be helpful. Okay, so then we're just going to attach this. I'm just not happy with that glue dot just pulled that ribbon a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we're just going to attach this over to the left-hand side and up a little bit so that it's a bit more toward, whoops, so it's a bit more towards the upper part. So we'll go about there. That's straight. That looks pretty straight. Okay. So that'll help to hold all that down and help to hold the ribbon down, so all good. And then our sentiment label is going to pop up onto dimensionals. So I'm going to put 2 layers of dimensional, or 2 high on this end, and the other end will just be 1 layer high, because this side is going to be down on the cardstock, down on the lower level of cardstock. In fact, I'm just looking to see, I've got a whole heap of offcuts. So let's use, well, not offcuts, they're the edge pieces. So let's use up some of our edge pieces. Do you all use your edge pieces? Hopefully you do. Don't let them go to waste, because they are great. So you can still use them. So I'm just gonna pop, actually, let me just double check. What did I do on that? Oh no, I didn't even put one on the end there. All right, let's not put one on the end there. I was just thinking, did I or didn't I? But I didn't, because this one isn't actually up on dimensionals. Normally I would do the 2 layers of dimensionals on the end that's overhanging and the 1 in the middle, but that's if this piece is already up on dimensionals, and it's not. You've just got extra layers of cardstock there. So the best thing to do is to have it overhanging a little bit like that, and just put a dimensional near the edge there. There we go. We were able to, oh, yes, I was going to say yes, we were able to salvage that one. There we go, and we'll do another one there, and we'll put one on the other end. There we go, and that little bit can just overhang. All right, so we'll remove all of these backings. There we go, and we're going to pop that down about here. Make sure that that last little dimensional is on the white on the cardstock. There we go, good. And we'll grab our beautiful red and green adhesive back gems. I don't know why they're called that, because anyway, they're beautiful. I love them. I just would have called them something else, I think, because they're red, green, silver and gold, but I guess they couldn't fit that on the label. Hey, there you go. And let's pop this one down here. There we go. That is my project. That is my swap card that I made for my team swap, and a little bit of fluff on there. Team swaps is one of the fun things that we do together as a team. Not all of the team participate in it, and that's okay. All of those things are always up to everybody to make a decision if they want to join in or not. And yeah, but it's really fun, and it's a great way of getting lots and lots of creative ideas from other people. And there you go. So these are all of the swaps as I showed before. These are all the card swaps that came, and as I said, there's still one more coming on its way, so I'll show that one next week when it comes, once it arrives. Hopefully it will arrive this week. So there we go. So isn't that fun? Lots and lots of fun. Now you can, with those card swaps, people like to reuse them and send them out. I like to keep them and use them as ideas, and then I've actually got a lot of card swaps from years ago that I got from our on-stage events, which are demonstrator-only events, and we've actually got one coming up soon. Actually, let me turn the camera up to my face and I'll tell you about that. Just 2 secs. I'm going to cover up my camera and flip it back up, so bear with me for a moment. Here we go. Okay, getting that all straightened up. There we go. And I'll put a little bit of light on me so that I'm not sitting in the shadows. There we go. Good. All right, so now you can all see me. Let's do our little photo that we always do. I always hold this up to use as a screenshot because it's the easiest way for me to get a nice screenshot for when I upload my video. So there you go. How cute is that? So cute. So what do you think of that stamp set? Isn't it a beautiful stamp set? It's a really lovely one. You might have overlooked it in the catalogue, in the mini catalogue, but it's really a great stamp set. So yeah, so check it out. It's really cool. And if you do buy this stamp set, if you are creating with this stamp set, I would love to see what you create. So feel free to send me photos of your projects that you create with this stamp set. Or if you case my project as well, feel free to send me a photo of your project that you have cased from me as well. I'd love to see it. So yeah, so what I was going to say is we as demonstrators, or Stampin' Up has got an event coming up called On Stage. It's a demonstrator only event that demonstrators can choose to attend, and it's going to be the first live event that they've had in nearly 3 years. Because of COVID, we have had virtual events for the last couple of years, so everything's been online. So we're all really excited to meet again in person. I'll be wearing my mask, of course, and sanitizing my hands all day. Yeah, it's very, very exciting. But that's one of the perks of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator. We have the opportunity of all of these fantastic additional things, and getting together with other crafty people is amazing. And the first time I ever went to my first on-stage event, I actually went on my own because my upline at the time wasn't able to attend, and her baby had come down sick, and so I went along on my own. Totally did not know, excuse me, got allergies, totally did not know what to expect. And I walked into this room of about 500 crafty people, and I was just blown away. It was in this big auditorium, and I couldn't believe it. It was so exciting. A bit overwhelming at first because I was on my own as well, but I had some beautiful demonstrators take me under their wing and look after me, and they are still my stamping friends to this day. I've got some beautiful friends that I made on that very first day. And so yeah, so it's great, it's fun. We get to see new product, we get the brand new upcoming catalog, which in this case, so On Stage will be in November, so we will get the January to June mini catalog and the January-February celebration brochure as well. And those that attend, we get the catalog early, and we get to order some of the products early too before anybody else. So it's super exciting. We get to see some of those new products in action, and there's some stamping demonstrations. We get to create as well. We get a couple of projects that we get to create throughout the day. They provide us with our lunch. We get a goodie bag, which they call a swag bag, and we get gifts and prizes, and there's prize patrol and all sorts of things. It's so exciting. We get to hear from the home office as well, from Stampin' Up. So we get to hear from the CEO, Sarah Douglas, and yeah, it's really, really exciting. So if you would like to come along with us and you haven't yet joined Stampin' Up, then please come and join my team. We would love to welcome you, and we'd love to have you come along to that event as well. So the registration for that is actually tomorrow, Tuesday, the 9th of August. And so if you are already a demonstrator, pardon me, and you're coming along, then feel free to come and say hi to me. Or if you're a viewer of mine, then feel free, and you're a demonstrator, then come along and say hi to me on the day. I'd love to see you if you're coming along. I'll be the one wearing the mask. So you'll be able to spot me. I'm sure there'll be a few of us, quite a few of us that'll have masks on. But anyway, so thank you all so much for joining me today. If you have any questions for me at all, feel free to get in contact with me. I'd love to answer any of your questions, to help and support you. And I especially would love to join you into our beautiful crafting community. So that would be awesome. Oh, thank you, Chitska. Thank you so much. Thanks, Martha. Thanks, Glenda. Thanks, Rose. Oh, I'm glad you all liked it. That's great. That's great. Yeah. I hope I've given you a little bit of inspiration today, and taken a look at a product that perhaps you wouldn't have looked at before, or you haven't noticed in the catalog. Yeah, check it out. It's a great one. And if you make any Christmas cards with it, I think I'll have to make some Christmas cards with this one too, because there's that stamp in there that looks like a little Christmas tree. This one over here. So I think I need to make some Christmas projects too with this one. So yeah, so I'd love to see them. All right, well, have a great week, everyone. Now remember, I've got a class coming up using the Cheerful Baskets bundle, which is this one. So look out for that. Registrations close this Wednesday. I'd love you to join us for this class. It's going to be a good one. The projects are so cute. You'll love them. So make sure that you register for that. I'll drop the link in the description as well of this video, but it is also in the comments on Facebook here on the video. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday. Hopefully we'll have a better week this week with our little Callie, and I'll update you all next Monday. But I hope you all have a fantastic week and stay safe, and I hope you stay well. And I look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Now make sure you get some crafting into your week this week too. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye.